What does style mean to you?
I get my style from my mom's, my granny, so and from the hood I'm from, so I really couldn't tell you what style mean to me.
Are there any prominent figures that you look up to fashion-wise?
No, ma'am. None.
How would you describe your style?
Tree, rich, you know, mix combination. Street rich, hood and rich.
How do you feel your style has influenced the culture?
Me, dreadlocks. I made a lot of people go to dreadlocks. Louis, True, I did put True on the map, Robin James, Burberry, I had Burberry polos, all that, Gucci polos.
What do you consider some of your top brands and locations to shop at?
Montclair, Hermes, Louis, Gucci, Fendi. That's really all I like.
And what do you feel makes your style so unique versus the common trends out today?
I mean, I don't ride waves. I don't ride waves. I don't see somebody win. I don't see these styles and people start wearing this and long shirts and Kanye's shirts and all this clown.
Why don't you tell everyone what you're wearing from head to toe today, right now?
Really nothing, you know, Louis scarf, you know, a little polo shirt, you know what I'm saying? Little game briefs, ball main, pants, Louis Vuitton belt, Louis Vuitton keychain, you feel me? I ain't gonna say no prices, look it up, you know. Yours your boy Chief Keef and I'm here with the Source Style Sector. Bang, bang.
I sell, I ship, I bag, I seal, I swag, that Gucci, that Louis, for real, big knots in my ball mains, it is the thing, under this Louis, it kills. Running on that sack, smoking on this dope, also known as pack, and we got them gas, we won't cut no slack, and these Fendi slacks, I be speaking facts, I'm all about a stack, big ass bunch of threats, and that be the OG, just to be exact, she like how I flex, so she wants some sex, I don't wanna talk, she don't wanna text. Niggas be really knowing, bitches be really going, look up in the ceiling going, that ass I'm feeling on. No, these niggas wanna be petty, these bitches wanna be pretty, dirt makeup with the heater in her panties, gas pussy, I'll beat her in a minute.
So man, after the legendary year of 2015 would come, bro, Sosa would go on a quiet hiatus in 2016, bro, where he literally won't drop nothing, bro. I mean, dead ass, bro. And the reason why is because he was signed to Aki David and shit. He had signed to them and Film On in 2015 and junk. So they was already kind of on the bullshit when it came to Sosa, kind of switching his music, making him do certain shit that he didn't want to do type shit. Because, you know, he had got dropped by Interscope in 2014 and junk. So he was signed to a new record label and they had this nigga doing all kinds of shit, bro. And that when 2016 would come and he won't be able to drop nothing, bro. It was like sad as hell because you gotta realize 2016 was a new year and a new start of like rap down there. Like everybody in 2016 was dropping. It was new rappers like Uzi, 21 Savage, Lil Yachty, etc. That kind of was the year when you really saw like the influence of Sosa was starting to show in hip hop, bro. And Sosa being like the creator of all this shit, he couldn't drop a damn thing, bro. The shit was damn near sad, bro. It was kind of sad watching the big dog all this shit that won't be able to drop. 16, all you will see of Sosa really was just snippets. He was premiering a lot of snippets and shit, which we got in 2017. Or he was either on live making beats and junk. Like, he really wasn't dropping, bro. And it was sad as hell to see, man, because like Sosa, it's just like, damn, he just came off a crazy year in 2015, coming off of Sorry for the Wait and shit, Bane 3 and all that shit, etc. So just coming in the next year and just kind of being on a hiatus and kind of retirement, because he kind of announced a retirement. It was kind of crazy to see, bro. It was just like, damn, they really doing my nigga Sosa dirty. 17 will be the year where he will return and come out of nowhere and drop the legendary classic mixtape / music of the lifetime, bro. Yeah, bro, as you can see, man, as you can feel, bro, if you new here, man, hit that subscribe button, man. If you old here, hit that subscribe button, man. If you think you saw any one of my videos before, I mean anywhere, bro, on your cousin phone, bro, on your work, bro, when you watching this shit at work, bro, while you driving down the street, bro, on your girl phone, anywhere, bro. While you ordering food, bro, hit that subscribe button, man. I'm not playing, man. We going crazy all 2025, literally, man. As you can see, man, as you can feel, man, as you obviously clicked on the video for a reason, man. We talking about one of the greatest, one of my personal favorite rappers, like I always say, bro. One of the legendaries. One of the niggas who gave us this rap game shit, this new rap game. Yeah, like we got Wayne Thug, but bro, Sosa is really responsible for all this shit, bro. We talk about one of the legendary artists for the 2010s, bro. Chief Keef, but we're not talking about any era of Chief Keef, bro. We talking about 2016/2017 Turbo era, man. Y'all give him a round of applause, man. Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Yes. Man, we talking about 2017 Sosa, man, aka Turbo, man. Now, if you don't understand, bro, this is the year when Sosa returned back to rap in 2017, bro. After, like I said, going on a hiatus in 2016, bro. A short-lived retirement down there. He would go quiet in 2016, but he would return back in 2017, bro. Literally, like the first day of New Year's Day of 2017, he would return back and he would go on a historic run in 2017, just kind of reclaiming his throne, bro, and really giving us that music and just returning back. But he also returned back with a new sound and then a new sound and just a new mono, like a new era down there. Like, he returned back. He started calling himself Turbo and shit, you know, because in 2015, he was calling himself Otto. He was calling himself Otto and shit, but he kind of changed that around. If you don't know by this point, bro, Sosa go through many eras, bro. You got 2012, bro. You got the Finally Rich era, bro. 2013, the Lean era, man. 2014, the Xanax/Rehab era. You got 2015, the Otto/Capping/Paintball era. You got 2016 to now, bro, when he started calling himself Turbo and shit. So he got many eras of he started calling himself because he started really producing more and shit. Like literally every time you came hearing the beat from that time, it was Turbo. So he started calling himself Turbo and shit. But this also dubbed as the monotone era and shit. Cause this when his music really started sounding like more mainstream, like industry ready sounding music. You know, not really that music he was making up to like 2014, 15 shit. It was starting to sound like monotone and shit. So that's why people also dubbed this era as the shit. So you really could say it's both. It's Turbo era, it's Turbo 2 era, and it's also monotone era. Like it's either or though. So we gotta talk about all the shit that happened in this time, bro. Cause this is personally like one of my favorite eras. So like this is really dated as kind of like Sosa worst era type shit. Like many fans, many people like that fuck with Sosa really truly didn't like this era of Sosa for some reason. But I personally think it was heat, bro. I can't lie, man. This was the time when he was giving us projects that he announced back in like 2014, 15 and shit. And he finally was giving it to us in 2017 and shit. So I personally really enjoyed the music we got. Like even though I think the OG versions of each project that he was dropping this year personally could have been top tier, but I personally fuck with this era like a motherfucker, man. That's why we making this video. I know I've been talking too fucking much, man. I know this intro been long as hell, man. So I'm definitely finna just jump straight into the video, man. So y'all already know how this shit goes, but if you like watching this, man, you and your, I ain't gonna say your girl this time, you and your ex-girl, nigga, y'all go to the local store and shit, go in there, grab y'all a bag of plain lace and shit, post the oil in them motherfuckers, shake them bitches up, bro. Get in your car, man, run the gas, like, don't run your gas out, bro, just run the gas. Y'all sit there, eat them bitches, get y'all phone on the Bluetooth in the car and shit, plug this in, bro, turn this video on, and listen to me out on however long this video finna be. Yeah, before we jump into anything leading up to 2017, bro, we had to start with 2016 for a second, bro. We had to literally take a little spin back to 2016, bro. So as I stated in the beginning of the video, man, this was kind of like a odd, mad, weird year for Sosa, bro. Like, if you're a Sosa fan, you understand, bro. But this is kind of when Sosa went on a short-lived retirement, bro. Dead ass, bro. Like I said, he wasn't dropping shit in 2016. Like, he didn't drop nothing. He dropped probably besides, like, 2 songs besides that, bro. The only things that was really coming out for Sosa was snippets or down there like leaks, bro. That's down there, bro. You can't glow Tiggy, bro, like with on the shit with Zaytoven, bro. Besides that, you really want to be real, you really could say that's a 2015 project, bro, because it mostly was recorded in that time frame. It just ended up leaking and dropping in 2016 and shit. So really, that's why I always don't really count that project as the 2016 project as much. It came out in that time, but it's not really a project that was too much just came out in that time. I feel like it always was the 2015 project too. Said, man, it wasn't shit coming out for Sosa at this time frame, bro. So then it was like he really was on a retirement because he announced shit on Twitter, bro. He wouldn't drop it. Was like I said, it wasn't shit coming out besides a few features, bro. And I want to say he dropped like what song he had dropped? He had dropped this song Driver and shit. that song was like probably one of the main songs he had dropped at that time, which was fire as fuck.
I started in the basement, now I'm in the mansion. I took Ben Franklin and held him for ransom. I live with my granny, now I got 10 bedrooms.
Now some projects and shit that we had up, then get to that point and shit. Cause Thought Breaker was supposed to drop. He was working on Thought Breaker at that time and shit. And which we ended up getting Thought Breaker in 2017, but I'm saying he was working on it probably from 2015 to up to this point type shit. We was supposed to get Turbo Bandana with him and Fredo, bro. Long live Fredo, man. That shit would have been crazy though. It's crazy that shit had never really dropped, bro. Like even when 2017 come, they was supposed to drop it at that time, bro. But unfortunately, it never had got to drop, bro. And then Fredo ended up passing away in 2018, so it really didn't drop. But they still, I feel like still could have dropped it. I'm pretty sure they was done with it, but I guess in honor and respect for Fredo, they just didn't drop it. Cause that shit would have been legendary as hell, bro. Remember this shit like it was yesterday, bro. Cause he was going on this this little rant and shit, talking about like he was making a video game and junk. Cause he was starting to take Glow Navy like real serious and shit. So he was talking about going and making a video game and shit, and if it be successful, that he was just gonna retire and junk. He already was letting it be known that he was gonna retire anyway. But I remember like literally a fan was asking him on Twitter. It was just like, bro, like, did you forget you a rapper and shit like that? That nigga literally responded, was like, bro, did you not realize I was retired? And woo woo woo. And that shit was just crazy, man. Cause he literally was doing this by like trying to make a video game and junk. And this just like, man, bro, this nigga was on Twitter, just on Instagram, everything, just trolling, bro. Just saying he retired. This shit go crazy, gonna retire and junk.
I'm retiring after I make this game, the Xbox and PS4. And get this couple of, either this 500 million or this $1 billion off this shit. And just kiss me goodbye, I'm gone.
But you gotta realize, he was signed to Film On, bro. He was signed under a contract that was literally worth, he had to drop an album there and like, every 2 years type shit. Like, and that's really why I think he went crazy in 2017 with the drops, bro. Cause he had to realize he was on the contract, bro. So he really signed, cause he signed a contract in like the middle half of 2015, bro. So just imagine like you signed this nigga and shit. You gotta realize, cause Sosa notorious for being on these record labels and junk, bro. The nigga wasn't showing up. Like when he was signing Interscope, he wasn't showing up the video shoots, bro. He wasn't really showing up the interviews. He was rarely just making appearances anywhere, bro. It was rare as hell to see this nigga, bro. He seemed like he was doing the same shit on his label, bro. He wasn't really interacting with Sean. They was at one point said they even had heard from this nigga. Like it was that serious. This nigga was low key bullshitting, bro. Cause he was previewing some heat, bro. Literally, like half of the songs that we got in 2017 was literally getting previewed in 2016, bro. We was getting hella leaks and shit, man. Like the leaks was going insane, bro. Like that way it was, but we was getting too much music, bro. That like, so it's not like we was not missing out on him dropping, cause his shit was getting leaked. But then again, you had to realize though, bro, like the shit wasn't supposed to be like that, bro. He was only supposed to drop, bro. We was getting hella snippets and shit that was going insane, bro. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. If I get on Twitter, announcing his retirement and jump talking about too many niggas sound like Almighty and shit. Cause you got then, like I said, I stayed in the beginning of the video and jump. 2016 was the year where hella new rappers was coming out, bro. Yachty, bro. Motherfucking 21 Savage, bro. Motherfucking Lil Uzi, man. Playboy Cardi. All them niggas was blowing up and shit, bro. So you had to realize, man, it was too many people that was starting to sound just like Sosa, bro. Like everybody, X, bro, would look at me, but look at me and listen to what the flow X, not X was, that X is using, bro. He using the iconic A flow and shit like that, bro. That everybody using. That was really what everybody was doing in 2016, though. Everybody was losing the A flow. They was starting to just make similar songs to like what Sosa was doing and shit, bro. Especially Uzi. Like Uzi, Cardi, Uzi, they wasn't behind it at all, bro. They really was out here giving us damn songs from that sounded just like previous Sosa songs. I don't know if anybody know this song, but if you're a Sosa fan, watch this. I don't know if you like y'all. I'm pretty sure everybody know it leaked like last year or some shit. But it was a snippet. It was one of the biggest snippets from Sosa for me personally at that time, bro. It was called "Made It Out," bro.
My hair is blocking it.
That shit was so legendary, bro. With that golly intro, bro. And then the beat drop, bro. KE on the beat mode. That shit was crazy. That's who he was working with a lot at that point, bro. He was working with KE on the beat. He was making his own beats. Him and Young Chop was somewhere still making music and shit. Like, I remember they was going live and jumping together and jump, but that was really it for real, for real. It really wasn't like that many songs that was stemming from them at the time. But if y'all know, you know, bro. Lennar, bro. Shout out to Lennar, bro. You had Lennar that was going insane at that time too, bro. With the Cheeky videos and shit. Like, he really was kind of like, I'm not gonna say he was keeping Cheeky relevant, because Cheeky was always relevant and shit. But I'm saying he was one who was really putting like really making that Cheeky skits really come to life type shit, man. Because the Cheeky was even fucking with this shit too. He used to comment it, he used to retweet the videos and everything, bro. But I remember this one specific video, but it was when Slow Dance at first got previewed, bro. Like, Slow Dance, it was like when they first had leaked online and shit, and Lennar had made a whole video about it, bro. That shit was funny as fuck, man. Cause it was like, that's all, it was unheard of. Cause he had previewed Driver and Slow Dance in that video and shit. And Sosa reposting that shit, but I remember we wanted Sosa to drop that shit so bad, man. And that crazy, that was like the first time we had ever really heard a song like that from Sosa, bro. This nigga was singing on that motherfucker. He wasn't rapping, that nigga was in that bitch singing like, baby, you are my 17 come, bro. And Sosa literally came into this year, bro, and he got arrested immediately, like probably a couple days into the year, bro. And that's literally, I remember this shit being insane, because Sosa was doing good up to that point. He didn't get arrested in 2016. I think he didn't get arrested in 2015 that much either, bro. I don't think he got arrested at all in 2 years, bro. He was doing alright, bro, for that time. But soon 2017 came, that nigga was locked up again, bro. Him and Tato, man, for beating the fuck out of Ramsey, bro. Like, if you remember this shit, bro, this shit was crazy, man. You know how this story goes, man. Let me give a quick little rundown, man, because I remember this whole story, bro. So Ramsey the Great was the Chicago producer that was cool with like Glow Gang, Sosa, all them. But he also was cool with FBG and shit like that. He was cool with all them niggas and shit. And he was staying at Sosa old manager Uncle Rowe and shit, apartment and junk. But he was like, you know, he wasn't paying rent, wasn't doing no shit like that, flexing guns on Instagram, doing drugs, all kind of shit, bro. But he also, bro, he was laying King Yella and shit. Some Sosa ops and jump from the other side and shit. He was laying King Yella and Billionaire Black down, like, you know, be over Uncle Rowe crib and shit. And jump like that. And so once Uncle Rowe found out and told Sosa, him Potato literally pulled up with hella guns, AKs, Dracos, all that shit, bro. But you know, Yellow and all them niggas weren't there and shit like that. And I feel like they was there. It's so much that could have popped off if they was there, bro. But basically, bro, they pulled up, man, and they beat the fuck out of Ramsey ass, bro. And after that, man, that nigga Ramsey like called the police. Police came, and the Sosa them was arrested, and that nigga Ramsey started snitching like crazy, bro. I remember this whole era like a motherfucker. Then Sosa robbed his ass, took $1,500 from him and shit like that, bro. Now that I can firmly believe that shit. I'm pretty sure, like, I don't think like Sosa was, bro. I think he just genuinely just probably took that shit, bro, to beat his ass, bro. And you know, I feel like bro had it coming, man. You really, cause you gotta look at it, bro. You fucking with, I understand, bro. You fucking with the ops, like, you know, you fucking with Sosa team and shit, bro. But why would you have these niggas at this man manager crib, bro? Like, that is insane, my nigga. Like, I feel like he was asking for that point, bro. Y'all, like, and I feel like he should have known better this shit, bro. But he didn't, obviously, he didn't get the picture, bro. Got arrested again, bro. Like, he was down there, I think he got arrested like 3 times in 2017, bro. Cause that's when one of these iconic mud shots came and jumped. He had got arrested in Miami for like I forgot what he got arrested for, and she got arrested for a pot arrest and jump. Like, Sosa was definitely getting locked up a lot in this year, bro. I want to say this was like the last year really that Sosa got arrested in, bro. I don't think Sosa got arrested since then, bro. I don't think he has. I think he's been chilling since 2017, bro. Like, and that's the thing, bro. Sosa moved to LA and shit like that, bro. And the man really been living his life, bro. He ain't really been getting into it and shit. Minus probably like the little 6ix9ine shit he got into it back in 2018, 19 the jump. When him and 6ix9ine got into it, and you know, 6ix9ine was trying to get this nigga Sosa out the way. He ended up sending actual shooters to this nigga. But that was like really kind of it for real. Sosa really just been chilling, bro. That man really be living his life, bro. Playing his games, making his music, doing what he do, bro. And going about it, live his life, bro. That's the one thing I can always respect about Sosa, bro. Cause he just be chilling, man.
Young Chop on the beat.
Bro, you know we gotta talk about his insane mixtape / album run, bro. Just the music in general from this year, man. Bro, this nigga was out here giving us classic projects, bro. And I understand why people didn't like this era, bro. I understand why people consist of just not really fucking with this era as much as they fuck with any other era and shit. But personally, man, for me, man, this shit right here was just classic takes from this nigga, man. It just really got pushed under the radar for niggas. And bro, you know we gotta start off with the classic mixtape. Though literally the first mixtape that he dropped after his hiatus, bro, in 2017, bro, called 2017, which is just 2017, bro. That dropped on New Year's Day of that year, man. This just was a crazy way to start the year off, bro. I remember the whole little promo leading up to it, bro, with the visualizers on Instagram and shit, the Soul Tree snippet that was going crazy and junk. Like, it was a good, like, it had a lot of anticipation, bro. A lot of niggas was hyped for this, bro. It was literally the first project he dropped since literally finally rolling too, bro. So it was just like, man, it was time, bro. It was time, bro. Sosa fans, we were finna eat again, bro. The first full body of work from this nigga after coming out, literally dropping straight, just snippets after snippets, bro. We was finally ready to eat, bro. And that's when we finally got this project on that day, man. It was heat, bro. This shit was fire as fuck. Had hella shit. Now this is when he really dubbed the turbo era, bro. This is when you started hearing turbo all through this shit, man. Man, the production on this shit was insane, bro. With the midst of like the Lex Luger, the throwback Lex Luger type beats, bro, and shit like that. Cause that was really who was all on this project, bro. He had Lex Luger all through this shit, man. It's just the production was just literally just insane, bro. For Keef production as a whole, man. Definitely ain't one of my favorite projects for him at all. Like, this is a cool project. It get a little forgettable at times and shit until you really just go through Cheeky discography and just be like, man, but this man got many classics, bro. So it got to go on the radar just a little bit. I think going on the radar for real because the shit he followed up with this and that he went on like that run in 2017. So, but this is still a good project though, man. This shit has crazy songs on it, man. Soul Tree is fire as hell, bro.
Remember when the big homies used to shit on me? Pull up in that motherfucker with the sticks, homies. Cash falling on my pants cause the stick on me. Pay me the rebellion cause this nigga bitch on me.
Short with Tato is crazy, man. Reefer was fire as hell, bro.
I'm bringing go up in, I'm bringing hollows too. And I got my shooter, you can get your ass barbecue. Drop this motherfucker, how D, nigga, how are you? Right on your block looking for you, nigga, where are you?
Dope Smokes was cool, man. Stand Down with Tato was insane, bro.
Bitch up on hard like cow you. Ball so hard might foul you. Money in my pocket might buy you. Start getting cash, they love you. The life that I live not for you. You fuck niggas in trouble. What comes with being loyal? That
motherfucker hit the lotto with Cash, his sister and shit was crazy than the motherfucker.
I get stacks, pockets fat, I'm penny proud, Kyla Pratt, tick for tat, we back to back, I'm getting chauffeured around and I'm relaxed.
Man, Fitz that was fire, bro. Like I said, this shit has classic songs on it, bro. I definitely still run this shit back when I'm in that mood to listen to it and jump. Like I said, it wasn't really. It's kind of one of the strongest projects in his discography if you think about it, bro. It's like it's after a long ass hiatus and shit. It's one of the first returning projects and jump. It really showed his full like new like sounds of him producing and shit like that. Cause he was producing on Back from the Dead too and jump like that and projects like that. But this really showcases like newest like the like kind of like more updated production he had did, like a new raw feel of production that he was doing. So it really showed all that on this project. Kind of like a more modern day take on like Lex Luger beats from the 2010s, just with current like Sosa style on it. So that's why I really fuck with it, because it was a mix of all that in one. And literally, bro, a couple months after this, bro, he will follow that bad boy up with Thought Breaker, bro. The long awaited, kind of really the most anticipated project from Sosa up to that point. Everybody was waiting on Thought Breaker, bro. When this shit was announced back in the day, bro, 2015, bro, that shit was insane. I remember the OG cover arts and junk and shit like that. I personally got one of my favorite cover arts and shit. Now, this wasn't used officially in junk, but it was released in 2016, though, bro. If Sosa would have used this right here as the cover art, man, of like, I love the cover art that we got. I love the cartoon cover art that Thought Breaker has. It goes with the project. It goes with the project. But this cover art right here just really give it that like essential feel. I can't explain it, but I really wish it was the cover art, bro. But if you got Apple Music, bro, you know about local files. You can go back and change cover arts and shit. So that's exactly what I did. I changed the cover art to this guy, because this cover art is legendary. But I love the cover art we end up getting. And bro, this project right here by Sosa, man, is probably one of the most underrated, firest projects by him. Like, I don't understand how this wasn't a studio album by bro, man. I feel like his label dropped the ball by not making this an album. I think this is just a mixtape, a commercial mixtape and shit. But I really feel like they dropped the ball not making this an album, bro. This would have been insane as another album for Sosa. Literally, bro, that melodic feel, bro. It got that summertime vibe, bro. It really just one of the most, it's really kind of most like put together projects by Sosa, bro. Since I say probably since damn near shit. Probably since Finally Rich, bro, to be real, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. Project that he dropped out of Finally Rich is insane. Like, his mixtape run and shit like that was crazy. But if you want to talk about, like, actual bodies of work, bro, Finally Rich is a body of work, bro. That's literally his debut album. And this is probably, like, up to, probably before Dedication, bro, up to this point, this was his most put together well project, bro. Like, for real, he went insane with this project, man. The songs on it was insane, and I remember the majority of this project was previewed in 2016, bro. That's what I'm saying, that like we really end up getting the 2016 songs. We just end up getting them like the year later and junk like that. So really, these songs, I remember Drink had been previewed in like the summertime 2016 and shit. Like, literally, I remember the majority of these snippets was literally talked about and was already getting played in 2016 and shit. That when Sosa was locking in and making some of his best music, he just couldn't drop it. This shit right here was fire, bro, man. You know this shit got classic songs on it, man. Can You Be My Friend is a banger, nigga. That shit is classic.
She take it slow, then she want it up. Sure love, but that's not enough. Girl, you look fine like wine. Loan me some of your time. Tell me, can you be my friend? I would like to tell you,
My Baby is fire as fuck, bro.
I'm a dog and that's true, baby. Can we call this here a truce, baby?
My personal favorites, like I said, Drink Head is insane, bro. That shit is crazy.
My real drink head, 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 real drink head.
SoCal, bro, with this experimental beat is insane, bro.
I can't put the pole down. Baby girl, you know now. Your boyfriend want that smoke now.
Going Home is fire, bro. Slow Dance with Young Chop is crazy.
Baby, do you want slow dance? Slow dance. Do you wanna hold hands?
You My Number One is fire as fuck, bro. That ass a 10 out of 10 project, bro. Now, if I had to rank all social projects, man, I would put this high in my shit, bro. I can't lie. This project will always be high on my list because it's just a well put together project, bro. If you got a female, bro, this the perfect album you could throw in the aux cord and just let it ride out the whole time, bro. It's a perfect summertime album, man. One of Sosa's best, like I said, put together concept albums, bro. Cause that's really what it was. It was a concept album with like love songs and junk, man. That really got pushed under the radar, bro. And I wish it didn't, man. I wish it didn't. Then he followed this up, bro, with the W and shit that dropped in that year, bro. And this right here was a cool little project for Sosa, bro. It was definitely the most forgettable one of this year, but it was definitely an underrated project, man. It really was just really Sosa rapping over like a lot of Zaytoven beats and shit. And just really kind of like, it really just the most forgettable project from Sosa, but it definitely got some of his most underrated songs on it, though. If I'm not mistaken, I think this shit was like kind of like a surprise drop. I remember it just kind of like, he announced it and then it dropped like the next day or the next night or some shit. Like, I want to say it was a mini surprise drop, but I don't think it was, though. I think it just kind of really forgettable for some people, bro. Like I said, but this shit was cool, though, man. This shit had some cool little songs on it, bro. As the Journeys was fire as fuck, bro.
They been said, all I do is flirt. Fuck hoes and all I do is dirt. Man, all these niggas do is purge. I'm scared, finna do it.
Holland was fire as hell, man.
Had to take 1 second to think about all these motherfucking blessings. Yeah, I got a license, but I'm driving real reckless. Designer done turned to a fetish.
Harley was underrated as hell, bro.
Hold that thought. Let me think. Pour a cup. Let me drink. Girl, you got it in pebble. Let me touch. The police coming. Let me talk.
Too Fast, rest in peace to Trey Savage was crazy. Besides that, bro, doing like the only songs that I always see myself going back to when it comes to this project. Like I said, man, it was fire, bro. Sosa just rapping on Zaytoven beats, man. Just really rapping. Definitely the most underrated project for him, but kind of the most forgettable project for him type shit. Like 2017 is a little forgettable for me, but it ain't that forgettable. It just kind of like 2017 is fire as fuck. I personally listen to that project more than I listen to this project. That's what I'm saying. Like, this project just kind of came and went, but it definitely fire as hell though. And bro, he dropped one of his best, probably one of his really best, another put together fire project from Sosa, bro. He dropped Dedication, bro, in 2017, but one of the last projects he dropped in this year, bro. And this shit right here was fires for probably a great body of work, bro. Now, what I said about Thought Breaker earlier about a good put together project, this right here was really a good put together project. And it's crazy, this is his third studio album, bro. Like, his second studio album is Bang 3, bro. And that dropped in 2015, so this is his third studio album type shit, bro. And you have to understand that, like, this is really peak Sosa. I can't lie, bro. From the cover art, and this shit was announced back in like 2014, 15, bro. It was announced around that time, bro. With like the OG cover arts, with like the old like Dedication, you know, Lil Wayne inspired cover arts and junk, bro. That was the original cover arts and shit like that. But this shit dropped in this time, and this shit was heat, bro. Definitely one of Sosa's most underrated projects, like that ass, but one of his underrated projects. Kind of one of his best projects, really, since probably Back from the Dead, Too Sorry for the Wait for me personally. Like, I love Sorry for the Wait and shit, but this project right here really holds so high with them projects that dropped in that time frame. He really reinvented his sound with this project too, bro, because he was having no more like that style that he ended up doing and shit like that back in like 2021, and you know, like that on songs like Almighty Soul, the OG Almighty Soul 2, motherfucking what's that project he dropped, Phoneme and shit. It really was like that style that he did on them projects. This really was the beginning of that, bro. Like them young Jeezy sounding that beats and shit like that. Like a modern day Young Jeezy type beats and junk like that, bro. You were really like, that's really what this project kind of really was. It was the beginning of all that though. Man, like I said, bro, a perfect body of work from Sosa, man. This project is very, very underrated, bro. I still bought this project a lot like it just came out type shit. It was literally my anthem of like 8th grade, 9th grade year, bro. This was my fucking anthem, bro. I was playing this project front to back, bro. Dead ass, man. It was songs like motherfucking, bro. Come on, man. Kiki Palmer, bro.
She gone, let me hit it. I'll do it later on, cause you know I gotta get it. Blue book on me, yeah, it's written. Don't mind.
Ticket is insane, my nigga. Always get the aux cord, bro.
These niggas ain't official. Real nigga ain't in them. Dope all in the spine. Probably why I can't feel them. Too much to lose. Probably why I ain't dead them. Got a ball off my dead homie. Probably why I ain't with them.
Text is fire as fuck, man.
Pour this pint up and some lemon lime. You can get your shit split. Fuck with me and the guys. Running with some big shit. Don't pay us no mind. Hit you with some big hits. Won't take us no time.
Negro is crazy, bro. Come on now with Lil Yachty is insane.
Order form, I'm a handicap. Get a ticket, pay that shit. Spend that money, make that shit. Out in Broward County, lick that shit.
Hey, Let Me See with Tato is insane.
Fire coming out the pipe, looking like some lightning. In that 4-4 door with a couple bites. Let me see if I can roll this blunt while I'm driving. Let me see if I can drop the top while I'm riding.
Kills, of course, is a classic. Y'all should already know that though, bro.
So high up off this dope, I need a parachute. I'm in this belly coupe, it's filled with residue. I got my dogs with me, and now I let them loose. Tell the cops lies, cause I can't.
Get It is fire as fuck, bro. Like I said, ain't number 15 songs on this bad boy, and this shit is insane, bro. Mailbox, all that shit, bro. Mailbox is crazy, bro. Like, that song always been crazy. I remember that shit first dropped, bro. I find it so insane that this is literally his third studio album. I just can't get over that, bro. I be forgetting that this is not a mixtape, bro. This is an actual put together project from this nigga, bro. And this nigga didn't like disappoint with it, bro. He didn't disappoint. Now, like I said, bro, I feel like Thought Breaker should have been his third studio album, and this could have been his fourth. The Thought Breaker was so crazy that it really could have been an album for him, bro. I'ma just say it's an album, bro. Fuck that, man. That's a hell of a body for work, bro. No, it's not a time when we don't talk about this man featuring, bro. His featuring at this time was low-key insane, bro. That ass, bro. Whitney with Lil Pump was crazy, bro.
Hop in the phone and step on it. Sipping on good drink and I got a loaf on it. Cops put me up right now, they gon' lock me up cause I got all this smoke on me. And I'm so motherfucking ink looking like the tattoo man just wrote on me. And
Lil Uzi, Kobe, bro. Come on, man. That shit was a classic.
transport up with me, doorway 160. The bitch staring at me, got real big titties. What's in my jeans? Them real big 50s. Flight after flight, hitting real big cities. From the sandbars, yeah, my brothers is with me. If they give me a bond, I'm coming to get me. And in the club, we snuck the semi.
Man, bro, this nigga Sosa really came in 2017 and literally put his neck back on, like, put his foot back on niggas' neck, bro. Like, that shit was insane, man. Like, it was just watching it happen. It was like, it felt like a proud dad moment, bro. It's just like, damn, this nigga was quiet as fuck the year before, and this nigga just came back coming out with heat, bro. And we was going ham, bro. Like, if you was a Sosa fan this time, bro, you know how much it was, bro. Like, the Turbo era was insane, bro. Like, if y'all don't, like, his beats at this time was crazy, bro. I hate that people really slept on his era. Now, I can understand now. It definitely was really, like, the first really, like, time that it seemed like Sosa started to care about the main screen again. Say just care, but it seemed like he was starting to pick up, like, back on the shit he was doing back in, like, 2012, 13 type shit, bro. For example, like, it seemed like he was doing a lot more interviews and shit. Like, the bro did a whole therapy video. Like, bro was like, you feel me? He was like, he did a shit with Snoop Dogg. He was starting to do interviews again. He was starting to pop out more. You started to see him down there kind of every occasion. Then you got real, like, Rolling Loud was starting to become one of the biggest shit. So he was starting to do more performance, showing up and junk. Like, Sosa, it seemed like he was starting to really get back to the light. And then, like I said, he was dropping music. He was dropping songs and shit that sounded like it was for the main screen. Like, song, for example, like, Can You Be My Friend and junk. Like, that was like Sosa stepping into his pop music bag and shit. It sounded like it could be some industry sound and shit like that. It seemed like some radio pop shit, which it was playing on the radio and junk. So it seemed like he was starting to, like, put himself back in the industry light and jump as he was to when he first came out in 2012 and jump. Only thing I kind of just see why people hate about this era and shit, why people always consider this his, like, most, like, worst era and jump. Cause people always complain about, like, boring beat selections and shit, boring flows, boring, like, his voice was boring. He was just rapping like kind of really normal shit. That's why it's called a monotone era, because he was rapping in such a just a normal way, as he wasn't really experimenting as he was doing in, like, previous years and shit like that, bro. You know, cause to me, I always look at it was just like cool beats, you know, and shit like that, more advanced and, like, polished his beats has ever really been. It was the mix of his voice from, like, gritty and junk. It's just really aggressive, and, like, the auto tune was just versatile, bro. It was just a mix of all that in one, bro. Well, like I said, bro, this was the year when, like, the influence really started showing, like just Sosa for real, bro. Like, the influence being showing and junk like that years prior, bro. This is like this year and probably years that came after this really started to show, bro, that it was really niggas out here inspired by Sosa, bro. You had to look at the shitload of rappers we had got up to this point that was heavily inspired by Sosa. Like, going on record on interviews saying they was inspired by the nigga, bro. You got Uzi, bro, who was heavily inspired. If you listen to Uzi early music, bro, heavily inspired by Sosa, bro. Like, dead ass, bro. And then Lil Pump, bro. Like, Lil Pump was heavily inspired by Sosa too, bro. Lil Yachty, bro, inspired by Sosa, man. Just hella niggas that was coming out at this time. Cardi, bro, with the ad-libs and junk. Inspired by Sosa. His early music was inspired by Sosa, but it was starting to really show in rap, bro, that everybody was like, that Sosa was the father of these niggas and shit like that. And that's what people was saying at that time. They was like, damn, Sosa really the father of this new era, bro. Like, he really came, did what he had to do. The mumble rap, all that junk the years prior and junk, and, like, the beat selections, and that shit really showed in rap, bro. And that what made, right, that whole new era of 2016, 17, like, kind of special, bro. It was just like, damn, it was so many people giving respect and tribute to Sosa, man. It was good to see at the time. Everybody, like, every new rapper wanted a feature from Sosa. It's like, you got that feature for Sosa at that time, that was, like, God-like, bro. Then it was like getting Lil Wayne on your song, bro, for these niggas, bro. And that kind of how it was showing, bro. It was just like, it was like getting Lil Wayne on your shit, bro. Like, these niggas, cause Sosa was doing a lot of songs for people, like the upcoming rappers that was coming out and junk like that, man. And it was good to see, bro. It was like, damn, man, my nigga Sosa really out here, bro. He doing his damn thing and shit like that. And everybody just giving respect to Sosa, cause he really did pave the way and started some of this shit that was going on up to that point, bro. So it was good to see, man. Yeah, bro, just a turbo era in general, bro. One of the most underrated Sosa eras for sure, bro. This, like I said, man, this era don't get that much love from the main people and shit, like, that's really fans of Sosa, bro. And just go on the radar for many people and junk like that, man. This is personally one of my favorites, though. It ain't high in my favorites, like, cause you gotta realize, bro, you got Lean era, Finally Rich, Xanax, you know, you got motherfucking Cap era and shit, but this is definitely up there with that, bro. It just really, like, it just went under the radar for some people, man. Like, the music he was putting out though was crazy, but I feel like nobody can really just deny that, bro. They can't. That's why this era is really dubbed as the monotone era, because they just really like a lot of songs and shit like that. He was just starting to rap, and you know, I always just, like I said, man, it might sound like I'm repeating myself when I say this, bro, but I just like to say, man, it just really seemed like Sosa was just getting that industry feel. Like, I really wish he applied this pressure in 2018 and like 2019, bro. It felt like once like them years came, cause them like the Underwater, the Glory University days right there and shit like that. You know, that's that era and junk. You know, that's a whole separate era from this time and shit. But I really wish he applied that pressure in them years, cause it seemed like after this year ended, like once 2017 ended, it seemed like 2018 all this shit came. It just seemed like he just went right back to kind of lazy mode, kind of. It just, he went back to hiding. He wasn't really popping out as much and shit. And it was like, damn, like this nigga, like he went right back to being a ghost. And like I said, one of my favorite eras and shit from Sosa, man. This era definitely was slept on like a motherfucker, man. Some of the craziest mixtapes and albums just came from this time, bro. Like I said, Thought Breaker is insane, bro. Like if you watch this and you haven't heard this project, bro, please give it a listen, man. Give it a listen. It's some of Sosa's best work, bro. You know, like, it's just crazy, insane to look back at it, man. Just a time to be. Just a time to be. And that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll wrap this video up. Enjoy this video, man. Y'all give this video a big ass thumbs up, man, bro. Hey, bro, like I always say, man, way more videos coming soon for the kid, man. We trying to be consistent, man. But I always gotta say I love and appreciate all of y'all, bro. Y'all are the best, man. I always gotta give my praise at the end of these videos, because if it weren't for y'all, this wouldn't be possible. And if it weren't for God, none of us or this would be possible at all. So I always gotta give my praise and love to the Most High. Cause if it weren't for God, we wouldn't even be here, man. So, you know, it's just so much, bro. It's so much that we gotta do and get off the radar this year, bro. But hey, man, this is gonna be a crazy year, man. Hit that subscribe button, man, if you ain't new here, if you new here or something, man, bro. Way more videos coming like this soon, man, especially on Sosa, bro. Next era we gonna do a Sosa is Underwater, 2018 Underwater Glory Days era, bro. That was a crazy time of music for Sosa too, man. Some of the most underrated music. Literally, because if you would look at it, man, anything from probably 2017 to nowadays, Sosa music really do get underrated. It goes under the radar. It's like Sosa, he comes back, people get on Sosa again, and it goes back down, bro. Cause like when he tried Almighty Soul 2 last year, it seemed like and that was kind of like another industry run for him too. But we'll talk about it in future videos and shit like that, man. But you know, if y'all want more videos like this or just more videos in general, let me know what y'all want to see in the comments, man. Let me know. I'm down to do anything, bro. Check the community polls, man. That's why I let y'all know what videos coming soon, what videos coming out in general. Woo. And just like that, man, it's gonna be way more stuff coming, man. So just always be there, man. I appreciate all the love and support, man. And you know, till the next video, man, I love y'all. I'll see y'all next video. And yeah, man.